along your spiritual awakening journey, you'll start to see things in a much different way. You're viewing things through the lens of vibration, frequency, and energy. And you're viewing your experience through that, and you're feeling your experience through that. Life becomes less physical and more spiritual just naturally, because you realize that this is just a temporary form, but energy cannot be destroyed, only transferred. There is life beyond the visible light spectrum, which is what you can see with your eyes. 0.005% of the electromagnetic spectrum. There is more beyond visible light. And today, my friends, I want to talk to you about good and dark. I'm going to talk to you about the devil. I'm going to talk to you about Satan. And I've met the devil. I've met Satan. And I'm here to share with you my experience, but just so that you have clarity on the world that you actually live in. A very important and deep subject for you today. Thank you for being here. I know many of you have been through some very dark experiences in your life, and you are the ones that I speak to. I'm speaking to you. If you without the darkness you wouldn't see the stars. Like, you have to go sometimes, if you want your branches to reach up to heaven, your roots have to go down into hell. And this is very symbolic, because on one shoulder we've got an angel, and on the other shoulder we've got the devil. Just to make things a little bit clearer on my perspective, with regards to this realm in general, you have to ask the question, who made your human body? A hue is a vibrant range of colours. So we're talking about the visible light spectrum. The body is the key to this dimension. Without the body, you can't be in this dimension. But what exists beyond this dimension is what is quite fascinating, and the dynamics of our psychology and how we experience the other dimensions, how the other dimensions affect us in this experience. And that's really what I want to talk about. We know that the word devil backwards is lived. If you've lived on earth, then yes, you will meet the devil. You've been a devil because your body is primarily made out of carbon, 97%, which is made out of 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, and 6 protons. So the 666 is the mask of the beast, the mask of the beast. So if you, the 5-pointed star, in the occult symbolism, represents the body. It's the legs, the arms, and the head, obviously. And Allah represents arm, leg, arm, head. Jesus said, pick up your cross and follow me. If you put your legs together and put your arms out, your body is the cross, your spirit is nailed to the cross. And in this dimension, the enemy knows how to manipulate your body. Did the enemy create your body? There is a lot of information out there to suggest that our body is a combination of the original humanoid and an alien species called the Anunnaki. And that's where the reptilian brainstem comes from, apparently. Because our race was created, so our DNA has been manipulated. Interesting. But I want to talk about how we actually experience the devil in this reality. Because our body was created by these it wasn't created by the source, it was created by physical entities. Just like if we create something, it's not as powerful as what was created by the source. Like, for example, natural law, like our human laws that we've put in society, they're not as powerful as natural law. You can break human law, but you can't break natural law. Like, if you walk off a cliff, you're not getting away with it. Now, I told you that I've met the devil, but what have I got to say about it? What's my story about it? Well, I've been through dark times many times in my life, and I think that's what's built me into such a strong character, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm not here to complain or anything like that, but here to show how the strength, how to have strength, and what happens if you do have strength, because it's very easy to be swallowed up by the darkness. Very, very easy. And you know, although my life looks amazing, like I'm very happy with my life, but I still am always aware of this dark energy waiting to swallow us up. And it works the other way too. There's a very bright and vibrant energy waiting to just hug you. And not necessarily a physical hug, but a spiritual hug, waiting to restore your faith and just show you so much love. It is that sort of energy, but at the same time, without the darkness you wouldn't have the stars, and there is yin and yang, there's polarity in this world, and there is a very dark force. It's a vibrational field, but the vibrational field, when I met the devil, he looked at me like this, like we're pure evil, but not necessarily that it was an evil, not necessarily looking at someone like that is very evil. It was very stern, and this is what will happen. But if you come near me, I will devour you. If you let me, I will devour you. Look at the word devour, it's very interesting, because D-E-V, again, devil. The devil deviates. The devil will distract you. The devil is waiting to destroy you. And it's very much connected to our emotions, because the word demon, we're talking about mon, M-O-N, which is the moon, mon, demon, demoons. And we're talking about the moon is connected to our emotions. That's why we have the term lunatic from the full moons, right? And our emotions and the experiences we go through in life, sometimes they can drag us down. They can destroy us if we let them. It's a place in your mind where you go where you give up, and it's all consuming, and there is a vibrational energy waiting to harvest your energy. The lower you go, because you can go lower and lower and lower, and things can get worse and worse and worse, and this energy is waiting for you to fuck up so hard in your life, so it can take you, and you'll be a lost soul for a long time. This is a real phenomenon. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to make you aware of it, because you also have the power to not let this happen right now. And the key, I would suggest, is meditating, because sometimes, like for me, for example, what led me into this darkness is because I've been through experiences in myself that I couldn't forgive myself for, and I allowed it to swallow me up, and because of the experiences I've been through, I went on the hero's journey to make everyone's life better, but I had to sacrifice many things in order to just be on my own, so that I can achieve these things that I want to achieve, so that I can not see the next generations of people to come after me being stuck in a shit life they don't want to live. So I'm trying to break a generational curse in my family, and also in the whole world, because what I am learning from this, I believe I will be able to help everyone out. I don't want to give too much away yet, but there is some very I've got my path is unfolding very well. Like, I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to give trade. Somehow, I'm gonna, with my trading, I'm gonna make it so maybe you could just download an app that will just generate you money. You don't even have to do much or do anything. So you know, that could be literally world changing if you could download an app that just gave you money. So, you know, my path, because I have seen such a literally a life-changing thing that I could do, it's obviously there's many distractions, and it's hard because I've had to I've had to take a leap of faith, and like I could just be working 9 to 5 and making decent money, and you know, I could be just even not working 9 to 5, open other businesses, do something normal. But sometimes when you take the hero's path, you're going for something that is you know, just it's like a bow and arrow. Like you have to pull back and then you're launching yourself forward. And but anyway, along this path it gets hard. There's difficult times because things, you know, people I've had to let go of in the past that it was hard to let go of, but I had to listen to my intuition. Sometimes like that, because you're listening to your intuition, you doubt yourself sometimes, because it's like, you know, you've got no confirmation of whether what I'm doing is the right thing or not, and it can be all-consuming. Especially when you, like for me, like sometimes I'll self-sabotage myself and I'll fuck up, you know, hard, and then it puts me back loads of time, and then it's like time wasted and stuff like that, and then I go in on myself because I'm wasting too much time. And you know, so these things, I don't know what the story is in your life, but these things are what put you into a low vibrational state, you know, and however you got to that low vibrational state yourself is, you know, for you to know. But you need to know how to protect yourself, and it's by staying strong. And I believe the key is meditating, because you want to keep your mind and your heart and your actions in the right place. And sometimes by meditating, I'm taking a step back. I'm not thinking, I'm not distracted, I'm not procrastinating or anything. I'm meditating, I'm in peace, I'm in what they call samadhi. And when I'm in that state, now I can gain perspective on my life, on the bigger picture. Is it, you know, is what I'm doing okay? What's next around the corner? If I don't change certain things, what's going to happen? You know, and I think it's so important to have these check-ins, especially if you're a lone wolf like I am at the moment. But with regards to this devil energy, I have had physical experiences of demons as well, like as in, well, I guess they're not physical, but then again, nothing is physical. But they come to you in your dream state, and so you have to really be aware even in your dreams. For example, when I after I just met a witch at the time, a few days later after speaking there, and a few weeks later, I was in my bed and I was asleep, but my dream was I was awake in my bed, exactly where I was. So it's like I was awake, but I was still in my room. I was awake in my room, but my body was, I was asleep, technically. Maybe I was astral projecting, but still laying there on my bed. And basically in this dream, or whatever it was, I looked to the right and I saw this dark energy ball of just cloud come into the room. It's just, and it looked at me, even though it's just a mist of darkness. It looked at me, and maybe that's just how I saw it. Maybe it did have a different form, but that's how I saw it. And it looked at me, and it was so dark and evil and sort of scary. I was so scared because it felt so real. And it came over to me like rapidly, and it started strangling me like this. And I was getting strangled by it, like really tight, and I I woke myself up and I was strangling myself with the duvet, like suffocating myself. And I woke up like, what the fuck? And that was my first experience with these entities. And I've got many more experiences. So there is, because there's other dimensions around us, the way we access different dimensions depends on our frequency. And why I mentioned it happened when I met a witch is because other people can affect our frequency, and that's what witchcraft is. That's what a spell is. You know, you're putting someone in a certain frequency that maybe if it's a love spell, you're putting them in a love energy, or forgiveness spell, you're putting them in a compassionate energy, or maybe it's a dark spell and you're putting them in, you want chaos for them, and you're sending evil eye, bad energy to these people, gossiping about that person, these sort of things can also lower people's frequency. And then when you're in that lower frequency, you're more receptive to these other realms. And I could tell you many stories of times where I've had these experiences that have led me to this realm being able to attack me. But it's also, like, imagine being in that situation. The only thing you can do is just be strong inwardly, like some sort of anime character. Be strong and look at it face on, and you have to deal with the situation. And you also have to, it helps you walk towards the light. You're now having to pray and have faith and try anything you can, whether it's yoga or affirmations or meditation, or you're seeking the truth now because of this energy. And the dark forces, they really come to us to, yes, they think they come to destroy us, but in reality the reason why they come to us is actually to help us grow and evolve. They don't know that. Within their delusion, again, DE, delusion, within their delusion they think they're coming to destroy us, but they're really coming to, they're coming back to the light. Because the way that they attack us is through the unowned or the disowned aspects of ourselves. The stuff we want to shy away from and pretend that's not us. The side of yourself that no one sees, or maybe, that side of yourself that you don't want to admit to, or that side of yourself, that you're covering up, and that is affecting your vibration and your frequency. Because if you can sort of air your dirty laundry, if you can stand up in these moments, because this darkness comes to us through other people sometimes, and they make you face your biggest shadows, and it's not a bad thing. They might come to you angry, shouting and enraged or whatever it is, but it's not always a bad thing. It's not, because all you have to do, like for example, for me it's come to me in rage a lot, and other people being really angry and wanting to attack me sort of thing, but this obviously stems from my childhood, and I understand where it came from, and it manifests because it's a fear of mine, so it manifests. It's a little bit like that film It, where your fears manifest, and that's, in order to go to God, you have to you have to meet the devil first. In order for the branches of the trees to grow up to the heavens, they have to get roots down to hell. But this is very much Satan's playground. I've done videos on it before. That's why the first word you say to each other is hello dimension, because it's if on vibrational frequency terms, it's a very dense vibration. It's physical, right? So it's dense here. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Saturn actually represents Satan, and Satan represents Saturn, and Saturn is, it's like the father of discipline and, you know, that strength and law and order, which can be a good or a bad thing, right? But ultimately it's a teacher and it's evolving us. But it's interesting because you can't really say, right, the devil is this, it's your negative emotions, or the devil is this entity over there, or the devil is this, that, or the other, because it's an energy field that exists in all things, or throughout. It's overlapping in this frequency anyway, because in this frequency is where we are, this dimension, is we have good and bad polarity, right? So we're in the middle, we're close to lower dimensions, but we're also close to higher dimensions as well. But I would suggest that we're not. We're actually very close to the darker dimensions, and you have to, through spiritual awakening, you evolve your frequency and you get to the higher frequency planes, and then you are protected and you're safe.